In ages past, within the great ancient city of Greece, there lived a young woman of such beauty, onlookers believed she had been blessed by the gods themselves. How else could it be that she crowned such lustrous hair, shimmering from the sun's rays? In this great city of dust, she chose to lead a life away from the lusts of men, devoting her life as a priestess of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. Faithfully she served within the sacred temple, but on one fateful day she caught the eye of Poseidon, god of the sea, who desired her greatly. He pursued her relentlessly, but she rejected his many advances, for she had vowed to remain pure for Athena. But Poseidon would not take no for an answer. His lustful desires would not be denied. He forced himself upon her within the sacred temple. Athena was enraged by this sacrilege, and she blamed Medusa for it. She cursed her to become a monstrous creature whose hideous appearance would terrify anyone who saw her. Her hair was transformed into dozens of writhing serpents. Her eyes became red as blood, and her skin turned pale and scaly. She grew fangs and claws where her teeth and nails once were, and her face was twisted with rage and pain, and the worst of all, anyone who looked into her eyes would turn to stone, frozen in eternal terror. Medusa fled from the temple, shunned by everyone, and wandered the world aimlessly in misery. She found no solace, no comfort, no hope. She hated herself, but even more she hated the gods who had forsaken her for an act that was not of her choosing. Time slowed to a crawl for her. Eventually, she settled on a remote island where she also lived with her two sisters, who were also cursed by Athena. They were the Gorgons, the most feared beings in all of Greece. Medusa soon chose to live in her own lair, away from her sisters. Medusa's lair was dark and a dismal place, filled with the statues of her many victims. No comfort would be found within this lair, for she had no furniture, no decorations, and no signs of life. On a bed of stone she slept, surrounded by the hissing of her snakes. She ate only raw meat, which she tore with ease, using her twisted fangs where her teeth once were. She had no friends, no lovers, no companions. She was alone, and she wanted it that way. But her solitude was disturbed by a young hero named Perseus. He had been sent by a brutal king to bring back the head of Medusa. The king believed the quest to be forsaken, but he demanded the head as a gift for his daughter. Perseus was given special gifts by the gods to help him on his quest. A shield from the very goddess who cursed Medusa, Athena, who was not just content with the curse she had laid down. A sword from Zeus, and the winged sandals from Hermes, which gave the gift of flight. He was also given a magic bag to store the head of Medusa. He flew over the island and spotted some of the Gorgons sleeping. These were Medusa's sisters. He flew past and carefully approached the lair of Medusa. As he entered, he used his shield as a mirror. He did not need to gaze upon her directly. She heard his approach, just the same as many others that had come before him. She quickly approached Perseus, bow in hand, firing as she went. He dodged from pillar to pillar, awaiting the right moment to strike. A stray arrow deflected from his shield and wounded him on the side. He slumped, leaning against one of the pillars. As she approached, Perseus saved his last bit of strength and waited for her to come. He had but one chance only, to strike quickly when she least expected it. As she was about to turn the corner of the pillar, he judged the reflection and struck upwards with his sword with all the might that was left, and severed her head. She had been slain. He quickly grabbed the head without looking and placed it into the bag. He flew away and fled the lair much faster than he had approached. As he did, something miraculous happened. From the blood of Medusa, two beings emerged. A winged horse named Pegasus, and a giant warrior named Chrysaor. These were the children of Medusa and Poseidon, born from their union. These two flew away to seek out their own destiny. Perseus continued onwards to bring back the head to the brutal king. Upon reaching the city of the king, he was met by many enemies as the king had turned on him. Perseus used Medusa's head to defeat the enemies of the king, and later gave this head to Athena, who placed it on her shield. Medusa's story was over, but her legacy lives on. Who was the hero and how many villains? I leave you to decide. See you soon, and take it easy.